Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and this is the moment we're all waiting for. When Fabrizio Romano comes in and say, "Here we go," it is pretty much over. The fat lady has sung, and Bruno Amorim seems to become the new Manchester United manager. And how exciting is this? How do you feel to be a Man United fan today? 100%. What kind of person do we get in the dugout? Apparently, some rumors are also saying that Man United are trying to speed track this. They want him in the dugout against Chelsea. And long finger and Pinocchio noise for the Chelsea fans, because this will be the new manager bounce. They are on the rise, and so will Manchester United be, in my opinion. Well, let's have a look at Bruno at Amorim's attitude, and let's do this, peeps. Let's do this. I removed the sound, but like, what a gaffer. Like, look at his attitude. 39 years of age. He's got abundance of trickery and shit stirs of the sideline. This guy oozes confidence. This guy is a winner. Just have a look. Yep. Drops the mic. mentality. Here we go. There's a reason why he won last season the overall Premier League in Lisbon as well, and there's a reason why he's been successful. Now this is an exciting prospect. We are getting one of the best up and coming manager that snubbed Liverpool. They snubbed also Manchester City. Apparently City was after him for a successor for Pep Guardiola. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from your thoughts and feelings, because I think that this, according to my opinion, has been done for at least 2 weeks. Been talking to Bruno, to his intermediates, and they wouldn't sack Erik Ten Hag if they didn't get the green light. Apparently what Fabrizio Romano is also saying here, let's just be clear, because everyone is kind of reporting on it. Fabrizio Romano comes out to say, breaking, Manchester United are set to pay the 10 million euro release clause for Ruben Amorim to become a new manager. Here we go. There's the magical words that we're looking for. Here we go. Sporting confirms formal communication received from MUFC for Amorim to be appointed. Amorim has already said yes to Man United proposal and project. Now, guys, there is something called European employment law. There's also something called that Sporting Lisbon is stock listed in Portugal. They've released a statement, and this is what we're going to listen to just to verify that this is a done deal. Sky Cave was out to explain pretty much that, this is a done deal. And what does it mean? Well, according to European employment law, there is certain triggers and laws that you have to, according to Article 16 as well. If somebody triggers that release clause, the club cannot say no. So hence what we see in the Portugal club has released a stock exchange to say that Man United had offer, and they cannot refuse that pretty much. If the managers already agreed to say yes to Manchester United, Man United offered to trigger that 10 million euros release clause. According to law, they have to abide and agree with it, because that is the employment law. Let's listen to what Sky Cave had to say about the overall situation.
Have informed the Portuguese Stock Exchange that Manchester United are prepared to pay Ruben Amorim's release clause. Now, this is something that Sporting have to do because their shares are listed on the Portuguese Stock Exchange, and they've just released a statement that says that they've been approached by Manchester United, and United want to employ their manager, Ruben Amorim.
And that's what I was saying. Like, they released a statement towards the shareholders just to let them know. Otherwise, they would not release a statement if they would not release him. They have to inform the shareholders. Everything seems to be in place already.
Of course, Amorim has a release clause, and the statement says that United have told Sporting that they're prepared to pay the 10 million euro release clause to get Ruben Amorim. Now, 10 million euros is about £8 million.
8 million pounds, 100%. It is 8 million pounds. And it looks like me that we are getting the man. I mean, we're talking about Omar Barada, Dan Ashford, and all of them have been in consensus agreeing that this is the man forward. I back this decision. If they know what's best for the club, then I believe that this is the best for the club. I mean, there's some fans outside that say, well, this is Portuguese league, but we're looking at a potential up-and-coming next star What Ten Hag used to be is what we get, a 39-year-old that has an impeccable record of bringing up over 24 academy players under 4 years to become superstars and winning the league twice as well. Let's see.
Now, my reading of the situation is that if Sporting have taken this step, then it is getting to the stage where it's almost certain that Ruben Amorim is going to be the next Manchester United manager.
Exactly. That's what I said. If they've gone all the way to release a statement towards the shareholders, that means it's pretty much a done deal, right? Otherwise, you would never release such a statement. If you know, you know.
Yeah, because it seemed like, if anything, this was going to be the kind of little bump in the road. So do you feel like once this is sorted, it's going to happen pretty quickly?
Well, the statement doesn't say that Sporting have agreed to release Ruben Amorim, but it says that this release clause exists, and it confirms that United have offered to pay it. So I think we are now in the situation where Ruben Amorim is going to pretty quickly become the United manager. I don't think...
Exactly. Like, you know, this release clause exists for a certain reason under employment contract, Article 16 under European Union employment law. So basically, Manchester United will just need to trigger that release clause, and they cannot do anything. Because if the employer have agreed to join the club, there's nothing Sporting Lisbon can do, and hence why they went out to release this statement as well. So it is pretty much when. It's not a time of how. It's about, matter of fact, when will he come to join Man United? There's some rumors to say that he will be in the dugout against Chelsea. A little bit optimistic. Maybe it will happen, but depending on, you know, getting that, how do you call it, work permit for him to work in UK as well. I mean, the new operation seems to know to get it done quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised that we see him against Chelsea, but still, maybe it will be more Ruben Amorim being assistant manager to Ruud van Nistelrooy, because he's such a fresh person. We will see.
Sporting would have taken this step of releasing this statement unless everything was pretty advanced. Now, of course, it was only yesterday that Erik Ten Hag lost his job as the United manager.
Yes, it was only yesterday, but my understanding is this been talks going on for weeks with Ruben Amorim as intermediates, and they wouldn't fire Ten Hag if they didn't get the reinsurance. There was a green light already agreed with Ruben Amorim. So no matter what the results against West Ham of the weekend, the decision was already made. So let's close that chapter with Ten Hag. I guess that, you know, if you were Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out, that discussion doesn't really exist anymore. All we can say that we don't see this communication happening within the fan base. Now we have the backroom stuff that we wanted. We have a proper rebuild that we wanted. We have the manager that the new custodians wanted. There's nothing more to sort of point fingers at other than the players to perform.
But we all know how football talks. We know other candidates would have been sounded out. We know that succession plans would have been in place. But normally we don't get these kind of statements in this kind of situation. But this is an official statement that Sporting have released to the Portuguese Stock Exchange. And it gives you an insight into exactly what is 100%. Going on behind the scenes. And what is going on behind the scenes is what we and others have been reporting, that United have said to Sporting, we are prepared to pay the release clause. And obviously we know Ruben Amorim wants to move to Manchester United as well. And this statement makes it very, very clear that I think this is going to move very quickly. And there's a real chance that he could be in charge in time for the game against Chelsea at the weekend.
I was going to say that when we're looking at timelines, that's what fans want to know, because obviously United in Carabao Cup action tomorrow night against Leicester, but then it's a huge game on the weekend against Chelsea.
Yes, I think obviously this probably means that Ruud van Nistelrooy is only going to be in charge for one game.
Well, it depends on. Ruben van Nistelrooy will be in charge tomorrow, but also against Chelsea will be him advising Ruben Amorim. Like, you know, you're just coming in fresh, you don't know the squad. Maybe you take a sort of a backseat, but you still be the front figure. But still, what does it mean for the team? It doesn't mean that, again, some of the charlatans get a second chance. But I want Ruben Amorim to call a spade a spade. right? We did a deep dive report of how he plays. He likes to play with 3 in the back, 4 in the middle, and 2 up front. Will it be a doomsday for Bruno Fernandes? Will be a doomsday for Marcus Rashford? Will be a doomsday for players that don't perform? I certainly hope that he has a pair of cojones to come in to say, look, you know, this is my way, the highway, right? It is so important, in my opinion, of the weekend, Chelsea, that we get a result. I think that the objective of Ineos will be the same as it was for Erik Ten Hag, reaching top 4. So he's got a mammoth of a job to get us winning ways again, to get us back on the winning bike. But if you look at his current track record, there's a man with confidence. There's a man that hasn't lost a game in the Portuguese Premier League as of yet. 9 games played, 9 games not won, right? Last season, a win ratio of 64%. Unbelievable. So with this mentality, is this the man that we want? We want a man that has a little bit of an attitude, the conductor of the touchline, like the symphony orchestra, Vienna Symphony, that will go like more drums, more bass, attack, slow it down. You know what I mean? And the clip that I played earlier, obviously, shows you his character. Like, let me just bring it up again. I want to hear from your thoughts and feelings again. What the hell happened to my mouse? Hang on a second. So let's bring this to the stage again, right? Okay, I'm not playing the sound because of copyright issues, but listen, you can see him on the touchline being quite vocal, quite aggressive, demanding, being the shitster. Right attitude, right? Mentality. I would like to see that, peeps. I'm excited. But what do you think? Let me see what you say. Who is going to drop Rashimik? Well, it's a good question from GM42. I just hope that the new manager has the mandate to say, look, you know, I don't care if it's an asset player that gets 350k per week. If he ain't performing, he's not part of my team. He's on the bench. Yes, Lilies, hit the likes, please. What does it say here? GM42, 2 goal conceded. He looks like a great coach. There is a minor concern what majority of the fan base is asking. Well, people are saying, well, it's only Portuguese league, right? Yeah, but I say that most of the great managers, they come from Portugal, they come from Spain and Germany. They do well in the Premier League, including Portuguese players. They're easy, adaptable, great mentality, great technical skills. He speaks great English. I'm looking forward to this one, 100%. Thomas Virgines, what you're saying here, it's really important that Amorin gets his own coaching staff. Will he? I think that United are looking to save money. I think they're going to keep Ruud van Nistelrooy with Amorin. What a combination if you think about it, right? Amorin finished off his career 2016 and has been a coach ever since. But he was a great footballer in Benfica, if you remember, right? He's got the right player mentality. It wasn't that long he finished playing, but 39 years of age, it's not a huge gap. Brighton has the youngest manager. He's got, I think he's about 30 years of age, but still, these young managers seems to have a great connect with the players, with the generational Gen Z and stuff like that. Anyway, so big up for all of you that are coming in. I want to just read all your comments. Yeah, I saw a comment to say, thank God we dodged that bullet. Gareth Southgate. I think that was, yeah, even Lucky Singh is saying, I'm cool, Graham Potter taking over English manager on the Premier League. Yeah, 100%. You want a Graham Potter? Oh, no, I don't want a Graham Potter anyway. I want a winner. I want somebody that has an attitude, that can sort of stand as a 13th player on the touchline and just demand. You know, we haven't seen that for a long time. I mean, what you're saying here, the running joke outside the sporting stadium is that the fans will hitch a lift to the airport to block all the entrance. The fans are not taking the imminent departure of Ruben Amorim well at all. Like, I don't give a toss what the fans are thinking at the moment. the fans have been one of the most toxic destroyers of the club, together with the media, right? Arguably, to say so, we destroy every single player and we destroy every single manager. There's certain ones that jump on the bandwagon to praise the new manager, and then later on they calling for his head. This has to stop. Now, of course, this is a club appointment. This is Omar Barada appointment. This is Ineos appointment. This is the first time we've seen that a succession plan has been done. And obviously they know better than us. So we just have to get back this team now, back the manager, and let him cook, right? It's so important, right? So let us not be that Arsenal, Liverpool fan base of the past. Like, we just have to have a little bit of patience and don't expect this guy to do magic straight away. I don't expect him to do magic straight away, but I would dying to see what different style of football he can bring. How quickly can he transform the Man United side to become winners? Like, we saw that Erik Ten Hag was stubborn with his style of play and system. Even if he had injuries, he continued doing the same thing over and over and again. And that was his death, I would say. That led to his, it was a double-edged sword. Like, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And obviously Ten Hag was driving the ship to the ground with his stubbornness. Even if Ineos looked at performance management, they looked at well, hang on a second, you got the new structure. How can you operate under the new structure? We gave you all the tools, we recruited for you, and you still don't play the players that we bought in the summer. You still insisting to play an imbalanced team. And I'm dying to see what this man can do. Anyway, I'm just going over your comment, Yalim. I mean, what you're saying here. Mr. Potter, he could have done as a manager. Chelsea ruined him. Yeah, true that. And I believe that Ruben Amorim is a winner. He's got that mentality, the Portuguese mentality, 100%. Let me see what you guys are saying as well. I'm trying to catch up with the chat as well. Jennifer Stewart, big up to you. How are you doing? Is Ruben Amorim Man United coach now? I would say so, pretty much. It is a done deal between him and Man United. Personal terms is agreed. I think it's a salary about 8 million a year, and they are just triggering that 10 million release clause, euro 8 million. And apparently Sporting Lisbon and Fabrizio Romano has come out to say it's a done deal. Sporting Lisbon has released a stock exchange statement to say that Man United are triggering that 8 million pound release clause. And according to European employment law, they cannot refuse it. If the employer has requested to leave, that is a done deal. It's a question of how fast can they get it done, right? How fast? Will he be the manager against Chelsea? Well, it all depends on. But I wouldn't expect him to be. But if he would be, that would be something interesting, because Chelsea fans are now on a high. They're giddy. They think they're going to beat us at Old Trafford. But with the new manager bounce, I don't think so. Think twice. Think twice. So big up to you, Jennifer. How are you doing as well? Let me know where you are from as well. Just catching up with the chat here, what you guys are saying here. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is true. 100% it's true. I wouldn't go live to confirm if I didn't do proper research, 100%. And Fabrizio Romano has said it as well. So, yeah, 100% I agree what you GM is saying here. No more arguing about who likes Ten Hag and who doesn't like Ten Hag. And I'm glad it's over now, 100%. It's a little bit of a sigh of relief that they actually made a decision, right? One thing that was uncertain within the fan base was the no communication. They let this media toxic headlines and stories run for certain reason. And we were left baffled to say, well, this is all fairy tales and bullshit and lies. But it wasn't at the end of the day, was it? Right? Ten Hag came out in the press conference after the international break and accused the media for spreading lies. And actually wasn't. It wasn't lies. So it is what it is. So a new dawn, a new chapter. Feel sorry for Ten Hag. And I'm absolutely grateful for what he's done for the club. We can't undermine the 2 trophies that he brought. And the FA Cup final was magical, euphorical moment when we actually beat Man City in the FA Cup final. I was super happy and gassed, and that was what a way to finish the season when we finished 8th on a high. Let me see what you guys are saying. Barman, big up Mickey. Finally something to look forward to. Yes, I feel the same from a mental standpoint, that the start of the season, you should be very excited and giddy, and you're looking forward for it. But when you have such a bad start, when you registered 2 wins and losses and draws out of 8 matches and 9 matches in the Premier League, Europa League picking up 3 points out of 3 matches, it does not feel well at all. So you feel instantly depressed and thinking, what the hell is going on? Where fans were saying, this ain't working, the system ain't working, why are you not changing, why are you not tweaking? And it keeps playing players like old legs, like Casemiro, Christian Eriksen, which is not the future. They're going to leave the club next week. Then you know that this manager was playing for survival, right? So I'm glad it's over in a way, and I'm glad we can sort of breathe out and look forward for a new chapter. So I'm willing to see what Ruben Amorim can do. Lilis, what you saying here? Mickey, I'm sorry, idiots are just clowns. You forget those idiots that take only chance to get rid of them forever. Never will support, never will. I will always hate. You're talking about the Glazers, 100%. Yeah, true. As long as the Glazers are here, we need to protest. How much do Glazers have a say? A little bit. Apparently Joel Glazer was involved in this decision. It was an unanimous decision. It was a vote where everyone had a say. But it is what it is, and the Glazers are still here. And the Glazers will be gone eventually, in my opinion. I think that Ineos will buy them out. It's something called hostile takeover. But that day will come eventually. We can only hope and pray. We can all hope and pray. Rebbe Bakil, big up, mate. What are you saying here? We all need to support the club, and we have to be behind every manager the club have, no matter who. 100%, brother, 100%. Well said, well said. What else are you saying? James is saying as well, JM42, I'm going to support the coach, whoever that is going to be. Would you support Graham Potter? I mean, sorry, Gareth Southgate, if we got him. I don't think so, mate. Yeah, but I get your connotation. I get your point there, mate. But if it was, Southgate, I wouldn't. 100%. And I don't think you would either, mate. Jokes aside. Lilis, I'm not giddy, FC. I know how work this club. I'm not falling for that new coach, new era. You still have to F players in Jose area and scared. All right, yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Listen, the players are there. I'm not gonna mention the names, but they survived and sacked every manager pretty much, and they're still here. LS, MS, who else? There's initials like Marcus Rashford and Luke Shaw and stuff like that. And again, it comes down to manager has to be given veto. Surely if there's something in Luke Shaw's contract, or surely if there's something in Bruno's contract or Rashford's contract that they have to play every single game to be overturned, to say, look, I only play players that perform for me. If you're not going to play, get out of here or sit on the bench and come back to me when you're ready, 100%. Will he play Bruno? Portuguese. Well, Bruno came from Sporting Lisbon, of course. Bruno, Amorim, they probably know each other. But the way Amorim is playing, he's not playing with number 10. So it's going to be very interesting how we line up. He plays with a 3-4, what is it? 3-4-3-1, pretty much. So anyway, great news what you're saying here, Kwasi Boateng. Great news for United, but let's wait until he starts as a manager. Wish him all the best. Listen, I'm not going to get too overexcited. This is me reporting on what's been said there out in media. I'm putting my opinions to it. I looked into Ruben Amorim, his track record, the way he's bringing up youth. He brought in 24 academy players in 4 years, made them superstars. The way he's playing his expensive style of football, the way he can adapt in-game management. It's there. Everything that we've been crying out for, right? When he was facing injuries, he changed his formation and started to accommodate, because he instantly knew that he had players that couldn't play his system, right? But he still maintained a 63% win ratio. He's a personalized coach. He looks after every single individual, according to my analysis and people I've been speaking to. That means that he avoids injuries. He understands when to rotate and when not to overplay. We saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer overplaying certain players, played them to the ground. We saw even Ten Hag playing players to the ground because he didn't trust his bench. Bruno Fernandes is overplayed. 100%. Kobe Mainoo was overplayed for a youngster, 100%. I think that Bruno Amorim will come in and look at the left back situation. He can see Harry Amas, and he will give Harry Amas a start. He will definitely play like, you know, the likes of Amad Diallo. 100% he will. He will definitely play the likes of the number 6 CDM that we brought in, Ugarte. Ugarte used to play for Sporting Lisbon under him as well, so he knows him. So we will see. We will see. Must play, what you're saying here. He wrote it against Arsenal some years back for Sporting because he was a decent player on that Sporting bench, 100%. But he also snubbed Liverpool. He was on that shortlist for Liverpool. He said no to Liverpool. It's clearly, you cannot underline that. And also we know that if we speak about Arteta as a coach, I know we have some Arsenal fans in here, but you guys can confirm Arteta is a brilliant coach, not a manager. Arteta is the same man-to-man manager coach. He gets simply very much involved in training. Ten Hag didn't do that. Ten Hag was a simple manager. Now, Ineos is now looking for a head coach, meaning as a head coach, you get involved in the training, you develop your players. But there's a difference between a head coach and manager. Manager just sets up the team for the games, prepare them for the games, right? Arteta did that superbly, right? And 4 seasons later, where are Arsenal right now? So really, really. What else? I missed a comment here from Mr. Amal Pudel. 3 years ago, the name was Erik Ten Hag. Today, the name is Ruben Amorim. Do you think that things will change? Very good question, my friend. 3 years ago, I mean, if I put it that way, 3 years ago, we didn't have a proper sporting structure. We didn't have the new establishment, footballing operational people. Ten Hag came in and had all the veto and power in all recruitments. He was pretty much a one-man band because look who he had as support. He had John Murtagh, didn't understand nothing, couldn't negotiate for a packet of crisp. You had also Matt Judge, a banker as well. And he had to, I mean, he did try to do some cultural rechange within the squad and everything. He was the disciplinarian when he came in the first season, but that went out the window. I remember clearly, vividly, I was in Bangkok when he was there on the preseason training. I saw him giving the punishment, the push-ups, the sit-ups and everything. And that was it. You know, he made them to run extra mile, and he ran with the team as well to show an example as a leader. But that's how it kind of stopped after the first season. So Erik Ten Hag, for me, the first season was the best we've seen, right? He gave us 3rd spot, he gave us a trophy, but then something happened. He changed totally. We thought that we recruited Erik Ten Hag in for the way he played with Ajax, but he came out to say in the 2nd season, I'm not here to play the Ajax way, I'm here to play my way. Up to now, it's very difficult to pick what Erik Ten Hag's my way was because he kept changing personnel. He played a system that didn't work. We were conceding too many shots on target. We were losing too many goals. And too many times they were like 4-0 up, 7-0 Liverpool, XYZ. Just sends a shiver to my spine. But I was behind him all the time. I think, you know, I was thinking, well, with this backing now, and this apparently what I believe that Ineos also thought, like, you know, it's nothing wrong with the coach. You know, we remember the quote from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He was saying, like, you know, it's nothing wrong with Ten Hag or Mourinho. It's been great coaches, but they haven't had the backing. Now with the right backing, the difference is that there is structure, there is backing, and that's where the cookie crumbled. He couldn't operate under this structure. But Rúben Amorim operates on the same structure in Sporting Lisbon as well. So Rúben Amorim is just going to be the head coach. The recruitment is going to be done by the head of recruitment, the sporting director, and he's just going to be given players. Of course, he's going to request, I need a left back. This is the character I need. And their job is to deliver him players, and his job is to develop the squad. That is the big difference. Otto, what you're saying here, my friend, is now done deal as people are talking about. Done deal. Yeah, I thought it was done. it's now a done deal. Some people are talking about, yeah, 100%. Listen, it's a done deal when Fabrizio Romano comes out and tweet. When Fabrizio is saying done deal, it is a done deal pretty much. Let me just, I wouldn't go live to say it's a done deal. Breaking, Manchester United set to pay 10 million exit clause for Ruben Amorim to become a new manager. Here we go. This is the magical words. When the fat lady sings, which is Fabrizio Romano, he says it's a done deal. It is a done deal. Yolam, I mean, what you're saying here, Amorim does demanding high discipline, no running to the pub, Rashford. I love it. Yep. No more sneaky Belfast baby. You know, we consider way too many shots, including Rashford's 20 tequila shots last season as well. Add that to the tally. Seriously, Must Play saying he rotated against Arsenal some years back for Sporting because there were some decent players on the Sporting bench. 100%. Good to hear from you. Rasta Stocks, 4-3-3 formation. Well, yeah, could be. He could play a 4-3-3. Could be. But he plays a 3 in the back, 4 in the middle, and 3 up front. That is his signature. And the way I see it, he's definitely going to line up Lenny Euro, De Ligt, and the Butcher. What a frightening back three. And then, of course, he plays wingbacks. Do we have wingbacks? Is Dego Dalot good enough? The Portuguese connection between Ruben Amorim and Dego, will it be flourishing? Of course, Mazarawi can play wingback. But I just say that we need pacey wingbacks. Some people say, well, play Antonio dos Santos as a wingback, but that is just shoehorning one winger to play wingback. I'm not sure. Maybe perhaps in the summer or in the January window, we will trigger that release clause of Fernandes. The left back we let go to Benfica. I mean, Alvaro was, I was gutted, right? And apparently there was Ten Hag to say you're not wanted to his managers once, so you can go and find a club. But now when the new Sporting people are in here, so why did we actually let him go? But we put a clever buyback clause. Now, I know that Liverpool are looking at him. They will pay 45 million euros for him, and we have 16 million euros to pay. I say bring him back 100% because, hey, he's been doing madness in Benfica. And trust me, Rúben Amorim has been playing against him, probably watching him. So I wouldn't say that, we will not go on the market to buy an expensive left back, especially in January. I think it will be a Alvaro Fernandez Caracas. You know what I mean? Okay, we have an Arsenal fan to say, should have kept Ten Hag, see what happens for Arteta when you give him time. Yeah, well, it's a two. I mean, I understand your statement there, but Arteta did something different. Arteta got rid of the dead wood. Arteta applied. You got to have self-awareness, and you got to be tactical and used to change and tweak. Ten Hag didn't. He was one-sided and very stubborn, very, how do I say, introverted, very hard to understand in his communicating style. Didn't even listen to change. Like we fans were sitting here week in and week out, and why are you picking, for example, Mazarawi, a right back, as number 10? Were you playing for yourself for the sack? I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to talk about Ten Hag anymore. I wish him all the best. All I want to say, thank you for everything that you've done for the club. You gave us at least 2 trophies. We finished third one season, and that's about it. This season was about for you to kick on, to progress under the new stewardship, under the new structure, and you failed miserably. And that is the reason why you lost the job. Hit the likes, people, please. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There's over 300 of you watching. If you can get up to 100 likes, that'd be fantastic. Beautiful. Got a lot of questions here coming in. Rebbe Bakir, will Ericsson leave in January since his contract ends this summer? Yeah, he's a free agent. And I don't think that United will keep him. There's no point. There's no long-term longevity. I would say this is his last swan song at United. He's doing well. He's playing for a new contract somewhere else. I like what he's doing at the moment. And I think same with Casemiro will leave as well. We will have an exodus of Johnny Evans as well leaving. We will have an exodus of Harry Maguire leaving. Also, who else? Victor Lindelof. But these are not impact players anymore. So we need to look at young, hungry players. And if Ruben Amorim loves to play the youth. I mean, we do have Jack Fletcher on the bench. We do have the Shea Laces, a lot of good players that we can bring. Harry Amas at XYZ. Apparently, Ten Hag said like he will develop and bring into the first team, but he hasn't really used them, right? So we've seen them on the bench, but it's been more like a prop, like to say, look, I have kids, but they're not given minutes anyway. Yeah, Luke Shaw needs to go. I agree. 100% I agree. I spoke about this yesterday. You would see now with the new manager bound that everyone will be ready and fit to play. This is typical charlatans. You will see that. Terrell Malacia, unfortunately, I don't think we will see Terrell Malacia this season, right? He's been out for 18 months. Shocking negligence from the doctors as well. But he's not match fit. It will take him time. He's apparently now training, but he needs to train up his strength. Luke Shaw, I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I seriously don't know. Mason Mount, God knows what happens with Mason Mount. Like, that guy seems to be, and as soon as somebody blows at him, he gets injured. I don't know. I don't really know, because we bought Mason Mount, but we haven't seen much of Mason Mount. Apparently, he was a great player for Chelsea, but Jesus, last season, eight games for Man United. This season, nowhere to be seen. I don't know. So, look, I'm tired of this. Paul Lucas, what you're saying here, my friend, a friend. Well, this is Ineos, man. So it will be a litmus test. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit dyslexic trying to read. Well, this is Ineos, man. It will be a litmus test for those players if they underperform or just aren't good enough. Yes, true. Guys, Paul, stay with me. If you remember, there was a statement coming up from Omar Barada a couple of months ago. They went viral as well. He basically said, if you're coming into the second year of contract, if you're not underperforming, you're out of the club. We are selling you. That's Omar Barada, right? He did that. That was the policy with what he had at City, and that is the policy he has with Man United. So the likes of Anthony Dos Santos, I don't see it. I think he will be gone in January, either alone or something like that. Sporting Lisbon is playing tonight, apparently, and this might be his last game tonight, according to some reports. So everyone will be watching the Sporting game tonight then. Everyone will be Sporting fans for one night, 100%. I do have a good friend of mine, a Portuguese friend of mine that I was thinking to bring in. He's a Sporting Lisbon fan, but he didn't respond in time. So I wanted his opinion, and perhaps I can bring him on later on. He will explain to you guys what Ruben Amorim. He's absolutely furious now. He doesn't want it. Right. No wonder. They're doing well in the league. No shit, Sherlock. Just look at how they're doing in Champions League as well. Wow. Impeccable. Craig Warby, big up to you, man. Big up. I'm doing well, man. I'm just doing well. I knew this was coming because there was no smoke without fire. It was just a matter of time to have that. Here we go. But question is, will he be there against Chelsea? I certainly want to see that. It looks like the club will keep the assistant managers, and perhaps in the summer they will listen to Ruben Amorim's demands, who he wants to have as a coaching staff, and perhaps in the summer we will go in and recruit a little bit more. We will see. Malin Patel, big up to you. The lack of style, what you're saying, and play and favoritism made him lose the job. But all the best to him, 100%. Good luck, Erik Ten Hag. Good luck. Let's see. What else are we saying here? I hope the players respond to the new manager still, though. I like Erik Ten Hag. Good luck to him. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, Erik Ten Hag, 3 years almost as a manager. Congratulations. You did well. You gave us some good moments. You gave us some bad moments. You gave us some frustration. But I always wish every new manager good luck, and every player that played for Man United all the best. All the best. I was chatting to Mark Nurse, who was saying that potentially Ten Hag is on the shortlist to take over Real Madrid job or even Manchester City. Will he now after this? Once you get the boot from Man United for underperforming, Will he be a contender for Real Madrid? I think that Ten Hag will suit the Eredivisie or the German Bundesliga much, much better. I don't think he ever understood the tempo and the complexity of the Premier League. I don't know. Angel Gomez. Yeah, in January. I don't know about that. Jarlaman, what you're saying here, my friend from Lisboa is a Benfica fan. He's super happy that Amorim's leaving the sport. Yeah, that is the banter, right? That is the rivalry. They're super happy now. They're losing Amorim and they go, oh, finally, we catch some breath and can win the league, potentially. Anyway, guys, I've been live for 40 minutes. This is to summarize. Fabrizio Romano came out about 1 hour ago to say breaking news: Manchester United are paying the 10 million euros exit clause to Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon has released a statement, and according to employment law, this is pretty much a here we go. Amorin has agreed, green light, 8 million a year salary for 3 years contract, what I'm hearing, and it is just a matter of time when he will be the Man United manager. Will it be in the dugout against Chelsea? Let's not get giddy. Only time will tell if it's heaven or hell, blue skies or pain, like that Pink Floyd song. A final chat coming in here as well from Hugo MSB. My friend is right. Sporting supporters are pissed with Man United. They might be the last deal between Sporting and Man United. By the way, who do you think he can bring in from Sporting? Victor Gyökeres is one of them. We know that we need a left-footed centre-back. We know that Giancarlo Inacio was on a radar. Maybe we'll get him as well. But I wouldn't say a no to Victor Gyökeres, 100%. No, but they're sure, Hugo, they are sure now pissed off the supporters there because they are losing a great manager, a great character, and he's got a great winning mentality. That's all we want. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe as per usual. This has been me having my say, and hopefully, guys, I hope you have a good day. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe, please. Give us a little bit of a like and subscribe. And we shall see you to the next time. Guys, glory, glory, Man United. We are... apparently that like and subscribe video just rolled in. Anyway, this has been Mick Ruby here talking to you guys. Hope you're feeling good. We are back on this channel. We've been taking a little bit of a mental break, but we promise we're going to be live from here every day. Thank you for watching. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.